All right, here we go. We're starting this up in 5, 4, 3, 2. What's going on, Weekend Warriors? Welcome into episode number 50. Yes, you heard that right. Episode 50 of the Weekendology podcast. Weekendology is the only podcast with the hottest takes, the best talking points, and the stories to spark your weekend conversations. So for everything related to all the best topics from music, movies, sports, food, and more, we've got you covered. I'm your host, Will Deichley, alongside the one and only Aaron Berg. Aaron, what's up, buddy? How's your week been?
Hey, it's been slow and boring.
It has been slow and boring. It has been dragging on, and I think today I'm the most tired I've ever been.
And really starting this episode off with a bang.
I know, right? We're just complaining about our lives, and it's just so
Work
slow.
sucks.
But
Life sucks.
Tomorrow begins the weekend, so
That's the best part.
it's like hope springs eternal to a brand new life, a whole new world,
The
Aaron.
song "Everyone's Working for the Weekend"
That's
has never
more
been
true.
more true.
That is the most true thing ever, and
Who sang that, by the way? Who
I
played
don't know.
that?
Some
It's an
70s,
rock
80s
band.
rock group. Everybody's working for the weekend. Something like that. We're going to get
We
copyright
need to
struck
find
now.
them. I'm going to look this up. We need to find them and then get them to play our theme song because I feel like that's just the epitome of this podcast, right?
Well, while you find that, can you believe it's been 50 episodes of Weekendology?
I'm shocked. We've
I am
made it
shocked
this
too.
far.
Yeah.
People have stuck with us.
We got past the...
We're not kicked off Apple yet or Spotify.
No, we're actually growing in the number of platforms that we are on, and we are growing in the number of listeners. So we want to thank everybody for their continued support, and thank everybody for returning, coming back to listen to us. 50 episodes is a great milestone, and we're happy to keep bringing all of you Weekend Warriors some great things we'd love to see changed and improved on.
If anyone ever gives us grief about our numbers, we can just say, hey, we're growers, not showers.
Exactly. So we want to thank all of our returning listeners for joining us this week. And if you're new to the show, check out our other 49 episodes. The show's all about changing, improving, and making things better as we cover all the best topics from around the pop culture and the sports world.
And the food world.
And the food world now. Yes, our last episode was all about sustainable food options. So go check that out. That was a pretty cool one. Weekendology is partnering with the Big Red World. Go check out some of the great podcasts they produce, like The House That Rick Built and 6 Drunk, 1 Sober. They're up on Twitter at Big Red Social, and their website is bigredworld.org. Check out our webpage on the Big Red World's website for links to our episodes, social handles, and all of our even blogs from our latest episodes. Go share your love and support by following all of our social channels as well to keep up with all the best things from music, movies, sports, video games, food, anything that's changing within the world of everything. We're here to cover it and give our thoughts and opinions on it. And
that of which there are many.
Yes, there
If
are.
you want an opinion, you can come to us.
50 episodes.
We have opinions.
We have lots of opinions.
Hey, by the way, that song, Everybody's Working for the Weekend, is by Loverboy.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah, Canadians, mind you.
The Canadians produce some great stuff.
They do. Yeah, I'm
Rush,
surprised.
Neil Peart is all Canadian as well. One of the
Get
best
some
rock
Neil
bands.
Peart all up in
yeah, the best drummer.
You love Rush.
I love Rush.
I don't know, man.
My first concert ever was going to see Rush when I was
wow.
like 16 years old. Yeah, third row.
Get some Tom Sawyer.
Yes, get some.
All I think about when I see Rush is I Love You, Man. That's all I can think of. Just that movie.
I mean, it's a great movie.
I love that movie.
That was a great movie, but yeah, it was my first concert ever. It was such a great time. It was so much fun. And
wow, yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. Third row off to the left a little bit. Geddy Lee was right there. Alex was, hitting the guitar. And
I don't know.
R.I.P.
Neil
the
Peart's
professor.
the drummer, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
he died though, unfortunately.
Neil Peart died?
He did. Yeah, passed away from brain cancer earlier this year, I think.
Where'd you see them at?
It was at the old Verizon Wireless Amphitheater in St. Louis.
In Maryland Heights, Missouri.
Yes.
I saw Marilyn Manson
I guess
there.
that's now like the Hollywood casino or Hollywood venue or whatever it's
not
called.
Verizon anymore?
It's not Verizon anymore.
Oh,
no.
interesting.
It was the outdoor venue too, but
yeah, I went there once and I saw Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie, and I got hailed on.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
that's a good metaphor for the music and everything. You know, just
pretty
dark
much
storm clouds of hail and
my mom was like, "Yeah, that's God
pain.
telling you that this is punishment for seeing Marilyn Manson."
That is some good. It is a divine intervention right there.
Pretty much.
From
that was
the man
also
himself.
the night, if you baseball fans remember, because this episode we're talking about.
Yes.
That was Chipper Jones' last game. It was that night. And it was the night that the Braves blew that lead in the playoffs. And the Cardinals should have won the World Series that year because they were hot. But, yeah.
Wasn't meant to be.
At least I got that game. And
yeah.
So I got to, Chipper Jones had a bad night, and I had a bad night too. So.
Wasn't meant to be. But what is meant to be is to go check out our Twitter page to keep up with everything. We're at Weekendology Pod and wherever you listen to podcasts. Go check out our sports handle as well at WKNDOLOGY Sports. Weekendology. And to keep up with all things entertainment related, go check out our Twitter at Weekendology ENT. Or ENT. Weekendology ENT. And for those of you who don't have Twitter, go check out our Facebook page as well. Make sure to rate on Apple and Spotify and iHeartRadio, wherever you're listening from. We really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe, that follow button. And, Amazon. We are on Amazon Music Podcasts right now. So if you are a Jeff Bezos fan and just love Amazon, go check us out over there, too. All of our episodes are streaming up there, too. And I
wouldn't consider myself a Jeff Bezos fan at all.
Well,
but I like Amazon a lot.
If you like Amazon, then go support us.
That's kind of a conundrum. I feel like a lot of people don't like him.
Well, I mean, he kind of does suck.
He
doesn't treat his employees very well, so...
Just the fact he cheated on his wife that helped him start the company is
that's true.
Reason enough for me to be like, yeah, I'm out on this guy. And he just seems like a weird dude, too.
He is kind of weird.
But man,
he looks like an alien, kind of, too.
Yeah, his stupid lazy eye and his bald head. But man, like, his company, like, I got to give it to him, man. I do wish nothing but the best for Amazon because, like, I feel like they care about the customers, you know? I'm not just talking about because they put us on there.
They do have great customer service.
They do. It's impressive. And their stuff's not that overpriced. Like Amazon Prime and like their Prime Video, like good deals on movies.
I just think it's so great that I can just buy anything I want off of Amazon. And
yeah, they're just one step ahead.
I always seem to buy something each week, and it's always delivered to me. And I hate it because I'm just wasting money on there. I'm like, well,
making them richer.
I could use this for a Halloween costume, and I don't really want to go to the store for this thing, so I'll just have it ordered to me. And
you sticking with the fireman?
I'm sticking with the fireman for Halloween, yes.
Still with it.
Yes.
Good.
But moving on, we're on to the pick of the week now, Aaron.
Nice.
What are we watching, reading, listening to?
I'm going lighthearted this week.
Okay.
Because I've been just, it's been a slow, kind of not a down week, but just kind of a, like a meh kind of week.
It's been very a meh week.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's like the year's been dragging on, but. Anyway, I've been watching a lot of Billy on the Street. You ever watch that?
No, I've heard of it, but I've never.
It's hilarious.
Never watched it.
It's it's with comedian Billy Eichner. It used to be on True TV, which really weird. The former
random channel,
formerly Court TV, but now it's on
Judge Judy.
Yeah, right.
A little Judge Judy action.
But it's on Netflix now, so I'm just kind of they're like 20-minute episodes, but I was just binging that on Netflix.
What's it about?
So he's a stand-up comedian, Billy Eichner. But he literally just runs around the streets of New York with a microphone and a camera guy.
I've seen this,
and he just goes. It's kind of like jaywalking, like Jay Leno, but
I didn't like it.
Way funnier. Oh, you don't like it? I mean,
no,
you got to be in a certain.
Like
it's really
super,
stupid.
Like he's too high strung, and he's like it's so chaotic and everything.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Like, it's a lot.
I couldn't do it. I remember I watched one episode of it. I was like, this guy's too much for me. I'm
out. It's funny too because he has a lot of A-list celebrities. Like the one I watched, he had Jason Sudeikis on. He had Sarah Jessica Parker. He had Tina Fey. Like he's got all these people on, all pretty diverse group of folks. But it's so funny because he'll have other comedians on, and then they're like surprised, like, "Oh my god, this guy's a lot," because he's never he never breaks character. He's just like screaming at people, but he'll go up to random people and he'll do like kind of game show type like trivia contests, or he'll just go and ask him like really weird questions that throw him off guard. But it's funny to me, not just because it's goofy and stupid, but also it's like a human social experiment. Because some people, they'll be like, and he's in New York too, so they'll be like, "Oh, screw you! I don't want to talk to you." And he'll just stand in front of them and force them to talk to him. And then it's amazing. 5 minutes will go by and they're having a full-blown conversation and they like think he's funny. And it's amazing how people.
Pretty sure he offered people money to like have a conversation
he plays
with them.
for $1.
Yeah.
Or he'll give out $100 sometimes though.
Yeah. He was just a little bit too much. I was like, man,
like I said, you got to be in the right mood.
Way too much for me. So. My pick of the week is I'm doing a Stranger Things rewatch. So
you personally?
So me and my girlfriend are doing a Stranger Things rewatch. Nice. I'm watching it for the second time. She's watching it for the first time. But
she hasn't seen Stranger Things?
No.
Okay, I need to have a word with her.
Now she's hooked on it though. So
I know she's listening. So yeah, that's
now she's hooked on it though. And,
and Wendy's.
It was really really cool to go back and kind of rewatch the first season, and because I haven't seen the first season since it came out, like I don't know. 4 years ago or something.
Yeah. Okay. I got some beef with Stranger Things. I love that show. I love it. It's great. However, why? I get it. COVID and this year and blah blah blah. But like, even still, before all this, they delayed it so much. Why does it take a year and a half to come out with the next season? They're kids. You got to move these things along, man. They're going to get too old.
They're getting too old.
Well, it's going to be weird when they're like, "Ooh, does Mike like 11? Ooh," like and they're like 20.
Well, in prep for season 4 it is confirmed, so that's coming out I think next summer at some point or sometime next year. Benefit is we don't have to go to a movie theater to watch it; just straight to Netflix and. Don't have to worry about any delays for the pandemic.
When do you watch Stranger Things in a movie?
Well, like all of the shows and TV shows and movies are all getting delayed because of the virus and everything. Something you don't have to worry about. You just go straight watch from your couch. But I don't know. Maybe
that's a good pick, though. I think it's good. Well, so when's the season 4 coming out?
I think it's next year, so it's supposed to be like spring or summer of next year. We'll see how they stick to that.
You might have started that rewatch too early because isn't it only like 10 episodes in a season?
Yeah, there's about 10 episodes in each season, but at least now like I'll be refreshed and like I'll remember everything.
Yeah, it's a more detailed show than I feel like a lot of those shows with kids. They're not as detailed, but I feel like this one's deeper than it needed.
This one's gonna be good, I think that I heard that the creators are going to do it for 2 more seasons, season 4 and season 5, really? And then they'll probably end it at that, which I think is 5 seasons is like the max for any TV
these
show
kids are going to be 30 at that point. Like,
no, they'll be done with season 5 in like 3 years.
I was watching, I forget what it was. I was watching something though, and Will, the character Will, not you, but he was in it. He was in the show, whatever I was watching, and I didn't recognize him.
They're so grown up now.
One, his voice is different. He had a different hair. He had the short haircut.
Millie Bobby Brown, who played 11. She's
her too. I've seen her in other things, and I'm like, wait a minute.
I think she's a teenager now, and she's like a megastar. Like she's in all the movies. She's just in a new movie, Enola Holmes, released on Netflix as well.
That's what I saw her in recently.
Finn Wolfhard is the guy who plays Mike too. He's in a lot of other stuff. He was in the It movie. As well, the first It movie.
Yeah, I don't watch it,
and he's in a lot of other movies as well. So like,
good for them.
they're all going on top here. So
my favorite Halloween costume, one of my favorite Halloween costumes ever was Mike for Halloween. That was a good one. And then no one knew who I was. I got Justin Bieber a lot. I got
my computer died, so I'm still trying to get back into it. No, the recording's still going, but keep talking, Aaron.
All right, so I'll tell you about my Mike costume. Man. Yeah, so everyone thought I was Justin Bieber, which is amazing because couldn't make it more obvious. Had 11 with me.
Okay, we're good now, so I don't know why my computer just died there for a second. It was just like screensaver mode, so.
Well, you got the virus on your computer.
Yeah, I got a weird virus on my computer now, so.
Isn't that amazing, though? I'm continuing this thought, by the way. I wasn't just filibustering this.
Oh, yes.
I was actually like.
Oh, you were filibustering.
Isn't it amazing how for Halloween, now that that's around the corner, like, no matter what you pick, fireman, you're going to be a fireman this year. Whatever you pick, maybe that one is the one people will get. But, like, dude, I was Hugh Hefner one year. Everyone's like, "Oh, hey, you're a boxer." Like, come Come on,
You're
man.
a boxer.
It's incredible, dude. You could do anything, and people will guess the opposite. It's like, how obvious? Do I need a sign that says this is my costume?
Probably, yeah. Because a lot of people are doing deep cuts for Halloween. And
drives me insane.
I don't know. But, yeah, so those are our picks of the week. So go check it out. Stranger Things Rewatch and Walking with
Billy on the Street.
Billy on the Street. Yes. And now we're moving on
to What
were
were you going to say?
I don't know, walking with Billy. Walking with Billy or something. I don't know.
I like Walking with William. That's a good one.
Walking with William. Yeah. It could be a good name for a new podcast. Walking with Will.
Yeah, there you go. There's your new one.
Start a new podcast.
When you get sick of me, you can just be like, I'm going rogue. Just do Walking with Will. I'm just going to complain about everything.
Exactly. Well, we're here to complain about other stuff today. The MLB is in full swing with the World Series. Dodgers.
1-1.
Dodgers and Rays are going at it.
Raise up, baby.
Raise up. Is that the thing now?
Yeah, that's what they're going with, all three of their fans. No. Dick Vitale and the other two guys who live in Florida.
Unbelievable, baby. Let's go Rays.
You know that man knows nothing about the Rays.
No, probably not.
He's like Billy Crystal. He just Billy Crystal's like a Clippers fan, supposedly.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, Dick Vitale just shows up to the games just to be seen and be on TV.
Well, we're delving into baseball again, and we're revisiting an older topic of ours from one of our ideas that we've done a long time ago on a previous episode about minor league players in sports. This is a follow-up.
Last year, about a year ago.
It was about a year ago, yeah. It's a follow-up to episode 7 of our podcast, The Trials and Tribulations of Minor League Sports.
Featuring Gregor Hansen?
Featuring the one and only Gregor Hansen. Yes.
The Kelly Cup MVP Gregor Hansen?
The Kelly Cup MVP.
Wow.
That is correct, yes.
Man, we only bring celebrities on this pod.
Only A-stars, so...
The Gretzky of the ECHL.
Yes, pretty much. So we're going back into the minor league, and we're asking to see if minor league players should be paid more. And there's some new news that came out about the MLB.
Specifically baseball.
Yeah,
too.
Specifically baseball. Then, so as we discussed before, I mean, the current state of the minor league is often seen as like a super casual sport. I mean, you worked in minor league baseball, and it was.
I did.
Very much it was a joke. Let's just be real.
The team is no longer around that I interned with, so yeah, that tells you a lot.
And River City Rascals.
They had championships.
Yeah.
A team that has won championships folded.
Yes.
That tells you everything.
I mean, obviously, minor league sports isn't going to be as popular as pro league sports. But it's not
Major league sports. Whoa.
Major league.
They're still pros.
Pro league sport. Well, okay, they're pros, but they're not paid like pros, which is the main focal point of our conversation. I mean, from a spectator point of view, it's not like they're doing, A-list highlights and ESPN top 10 plays.
Well, that's what makes me wonder, how they use the term semi-pro?
I think they're more like semi-pro.
But, maybe because semi-pro, they're not expected to be totally committed. Because I feel like, I don't know this, but I feel like to be a true minor league athlete as opposed to a semi-pro athlete is semi-pro. It's like, if you miss practice, whatever. Whereas a real minor league athlete, it's like, no, that's what you do. You might have a job in the off season or whatever, but your 90%, 85% of your year is focusing on the sport.
I would say they're probably semi-pro. And baseball is...
They're still semi-pro because they get paid nothing.
Because they don't get paid anything. And then if you're working and that's your job, but you're not... I mean, you're getting paid less than the minimum wage.
The fact you don't fly anywhere and you play cross country, that's floors
true.
Me.
And
it's 2020
as Gregor will say, he has to push his own bus too.
Yeah,
and that's just goes to show how much you got to go through for the...
That just, what a time, man. That was so eye-opening working in minor league sports to hear those stories and hear them from the horse's mouth. And it's like, I thought they were exexaggerating. And then it's like, oh no. Then it happens again. And they're like, oh no, this is really happening.
Some of the minor league is fine though too. I mean, when you go, it's very much more like a family entertainment night, which is why they do trillions of different promotional nights and different gimmicks.
Every night's a promo night.
Every night's a promo night. And I don't know how the marketing or the promo team comes up with, 80-some...
They steal each other's ideas.
Oh, well, there you go. George Costanza night, and that's the most repeated promo night
we need to
time.
stop with the 90s sitcom nights.
90s night, and then there's 80s night.
Yeah,
and then there's Nickelodeon night.
Oh god, you're getting me started, man. There's so many lazy themes. Superhero night.
Yeah, exactly. And then every minor league sports team has like a food gimmick or something too.
Yeah, I feel like that was like 5 or 6 years ago. That got really big. Well, maybe even like 10 years ago, where it was like, let's create the craziest burger, and we'll put, we'll
do a donut,
the
burger.
Gateway Grizzlies.
Yep.
The Gateway Grizzlies started that, and they did which was really good. I don't know if you ever had it, but that was good. But then, so when I was at the Rascals, their rival at the time, they were like, well, we're gonna do a chicken sandwich with a burger and put bacon. I saw that. Yeah. It was like, come on, this is just let's make the most unhealthy. Yeah, like.
I know one of them had like a thing. Adam Richmond did this on Man vs. Food, like way back then. He did a 12-pound thing of nachos, and it was just like a garbage plate of nachos with like everything you could think of in the kitchen, just thrown on it, and it looked horrible.
Especially in baseball, you're outside in the heat.
Yeah,
and you're gonna eat.
The man ate 12 pounds of nachos. So
I love Adam Richmond. I'm just gonna say it right now. Like,
he's entertaining
for not being a competitive eater. That's okay. That is impressive. Also, the fact he does fail sometimes, I like that. Because that way you can watch a show and be like, okay, is he going to do it? And there was some suspense there. It wasn't like, oh, we tune in and he always eats it, I don't
like the new guy very much.
I stopped watching
the red-haired guy.
I haven't even seen him.
He's not that good. So
Danny Bonaducci?
That's not Danny Bonaducci.
That'd be a good show. Have him eat stuff.
But the issue doesn't lie in the leagues itself. It lies in the treatment of their players, so to speak. And so the MLB recently came out with kind of a new thing. So before, the minor league teams and the MLB weren't technically affiliated with each other or licensed, so to speak. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm off the base on any of this, but
sounds right to me.
So now, like, the MLB and minor league baseball have come to an agreement where they're going to absorb most of the minor league teams, and they're going to operate more, I guess, cohesively under the MLB's umbrella of operations or whatever it is.
Yeah, so, I saw that come out recently, and I just, my first gut reaction is, how much of it is just lip service? Because last year and a couple years ago too, the MLB was like, we're just going to end the minors. Like, they were really talking about just getting rid of these teams,
right,
and fully shutting down some of the levels, and it's a drain. I get it. It's tough, but what I think needs to happen first and foremost is, if you're going to do that, why is your draft 52 rounds?
That's a lot
that doesn't add up.
There's not 52 players on the team.
No, that's the thing. You're getting these guys and you're stashing them in the minors, and most of them won't even see the light of day to make the MLB.
It's the farm system, Aaron.
Yeah, a lot of them won't even get past single A, and they'll play 2-3 years and be like, yeah, I'm done. I personally know a couple people where they were great. I went to high school with a couple of them where, they were awesome, like just unbelievable. Get drafted. One of the guys I know got drafted first round, and 18th pick overall. Everyone's like, okay, he's going to make it. He's good. Never got past AAA. Never made it on an MLB field.
That really sucks too, because once if you get drafted, you're not technically on the team. You still have to prove your worth and everything.
Yeah, you can get to spring training. He got to spring training twice.
Yeah, you would think
and it's like, you're going back. You would
think once you get drafted, cool, I've proven my worth in college. I've been playing really well. And now I'm at the pros. No, you got to go through and play minor league ball.
Well,
first.
And not only that, here's the problem. I'm just going to go right into the griping. My problem with this is they have it set up. This isn't football, and this is the thing that bothers me. I get it. Guys take time to develop. However, in the NFL, you have to get guys' bodies got to be right. You can't take a 17-year-old kid and throw him on a football field. He'll die. You can't do it. They got to grow. They have to. They got to be able to read defenses or offenses, and they got to also have the right body type. There's a combination of things. Baseball, though, you can get a kid who's 17, 18 and go out there and play. We see it all the time.
Yeah.
So it's I don't like how for a lot of these guys they have to get through rookie ball. Even Bryce Harper, Mike Trout, these stars, guys who we knew at 9 years old they were going to make it. they still have to. They have a cup of coffee in single A or rookie ball or whatever,
right?
Because it's basically protocol, but they still got to go through this stuff, and I just think that's it's wrong. They need to, and that's what I'm all for. Get rid of the low A. They have a low A, a high A. They have all these different leagues. Get rid of that. Do like double A, triple A. That's it.
Yeah.
Also, too, it makes no sense to me. You can pull guys out of double A. And sometimes some teams will use their double A team as, they're playing tomorrow. And then the triple A team's like, yeah, we're going to send the old guys there. Other teams do it differently. It's not organized.
I would agree with that, yeah. And so the official statement from the MLB has come out is that the goal is to build a cohesive minor league as part from, the double, triple A, single A, whatever.
But what does that
all
mean?
Across the board, to implement a modern approach to player development, per the MLB statement.
That's what the minor leagues does already.
So,
what does cohesive mean to you? Like when you hear that.
Cohesive for me, it means it's just all under one brand and structure, which is essentially what the minor league was doing, but I can see where it was kind of fragmented.
There's no minor league baseball
there's
office.
there's no main office
right.
or governing board for them. So the MLB is just going to take it all under.
They're just all the MLB,
all under the wing, and then they can, I guess, probably closely monitor the players a little bit more.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, but the problem is that the issues for these minor league players is maybe this will change going forward, but it's been the pay or lack thereof for a lot of these players. Many of the minor league players are drastically underpaid for the MLB, and it's taken a lot of heat. Well, the MLB is taking a lot of heat for cutting the salary. So this new deal, they're eliminating baseball in 40 different cities for minor league teams then. Mm-hmm. So, what do you think that's going to do? Is that good for baseball to get rid of that? Or is it...
It's horrible.
Is it good to cut a couple of them and then, I guess, have it more of a structure going forward?
Here's what I think. I'll give you more of my opinions because that's what we came to hear.
That's all we're here for is opinions.
Yeah. But I'm going to go on a lot of tangents here because working in minor leagues, I have a lot of opinions. Just seeing what I saw, and I'm like, oh my god, how is this legal? And how does this keep moving forward? But anyway, so if you cut me off or come in with another opinion, please, because I'm going to get long here. But I think the solution here is, for example, I'm going to use independent baseball just because that's the first one that comes to mind. But it's still minor league baseball in a way. Like we said, the River City Rascals, the Gateway Grizzlies. Gateway Grizzlies are in Sauget, Illinois, or however you pronounce it. Everyone pronounces it. East St. Louis.
Saget, Illinois.
Bob Saget.
No, it's Sauget. Something weird.
It's
something weird like that.
Yeah, everyone rips on me whenever I say the name of the city, so I'm just going to say East St. Louis. They're there, across the river, and then you have River City Rascals, RIP. They were in O'Fallon, 30 minutes away, whatever. An example like that, if you have other examples where the teams are an hour away from each other, combine them. That I think is a solution. However, I was in Amarillo, a month ago. There's nothing, and I mean nothing in Amarillo. Literally, there's nothing to do.
Just the desert or something. Or...
Yeah, it really it's like New Mexico almost. It's Panhandle of Texas. There's nothing there.
I had a friend from Amarillo, Texas once.
Oh man, I bet it's funny. People from Amarillo be like, "Oh, it's awesome." And no, it sucks. But
no, it sucks.
However, so when I was there, they have the Sod Poodles there, San Diego Padres Double-A team. Weirdly enough, but to me, that's a great thing. That's awesome. Economy goes up. It was a part of they revamped downtown because that kick-started the revamping of downtown. Mm-hmm. There's an excuse to go there, so people that don't even live in Amarillo will go down there. They have a nice new stadium. They also it's bringing Padres fans. Can come out here, see the team. There's just so many good reasons economically for that. That I think that's a reason to keep those teams around. I don't think you should start just picking teams off and saying, "Oh, well, we're done with you."
Well, maybe that's what the MLB is going to do. Is they're going to eliminate some of the fluff teams, and then when it's all going under one umbrella, they'll maybe have the Padres. I don't know, literally the Padres B team, and C team.
Well, and that's what hockey did. So the ECHL did that, and the AHL did that, where they started moving some of the teams, like the AHL teams, they're playing in the NHL arena.
Right.
So the Winnipeg Jets, the Manitoba Moose, they play on the same rink as the Jets.
I think that would be probably a good idea.
Yeah, because then MLB should start doing that.
Yeah, the MLB should start doing that. So you got Cardinals B team playing at Busch Stadium, or I don't know, some random park, and right outside of the suburbs of St. Louis.
Yeah, because
the Chicago White Sox,
the AA team for the Cardinals plays in Springfield.
Yeah,
that's an easy enough trip.
That's easy then.
The AAA team plays in Memphis.
Yeah,
that's a decent, easy trip.
That's fine. And then you've got the brand of the teams going around. It's the same brand, Cardinals, Sox, whatever it is. You have more exposure for that brand in different cities that you wouldn't normally have. I think maybe that's what the MLB is trying to do.
Well, and I think too, what they should do is lower the amount of games from the minor leagues. I get it, you got to have a certain amount of games to be able to watch the players, and they're never going to lower the amount of games for the MLB, which they should.
Right.
Personally, I liked this 60-game season because every game meant something.
I thought it was great. The season was done and over with like that, and I was like, cool, we're in the World Series now. This is fantastic.
That's why I like the NFL.
Yeah,
because the NFL, you got to win. Every game matters. But anyway, I would eliminate some of the games so that way you can save money and time for these guys. So that because I think right now the current structure, it wouldn't work because they don't have enough room on the field, But if you eliminate those games in the minors, so they only have to go to the stadium a handful of times,
right?
You can still see a guy, and guys will still get an opportunity to perform if they play a 60-game season. We've seen it this year; it was fine.
So what happens then for the players who, because minor league, their pay structure is really, really, really bad. They're making $3 to $4 an hour. They're paid way less than was acceptable for even the poverty line. I was reading something too, and they're low wages, even though it's a majority for the minor league players. At the lowest end of the pay scale, they're making about $1,150 per month during the season.
And you have a talent that so few.
And the MLB is making millions off of these guys, and they're requiring them to still work 75, 80 hours a week to train and keep their bodies in shape and eat well and practice baseball. How can you survive on $1,150 a month?
And baseball, too, specifically. That's why I find this so fascinating also with baseball specifically. It's such a mental game.
Yeah.
It's one of the hardest sports out there. And especially, if you're struggling to survive, that is definitely going to affect you on the field. And also, how they have it structured where it's so hard to move up, where, like I said, you can be an 18th pick of the draft, and you're barely moving up the ranks,
right?
And you got to go to rookie ball, you got to go to single A, you got to go to double A, you got to go to triple A. Oh, then you made the MLB. You got to go through 5 different hurdles to get to where you want to be. And oh, by the way, you better be and I know how that's how sports works. I get it, but you're tossing all these roadblocks, and then keep performing at that highest level at one of the most mentally challenging games in the world. It's incredible.
You almost can make the argument is it even worth it going forward? Because they still have to pay and stay in shape. They have to deal with low pay. They're traveling all over, like you said. They don't have any time off.
How can you convince yourself? I mean, doesn't that sound insane to you? How can you, especially when if you're 25 years old? Think about this. You're 25. You're making 15 grand a year, 20, let's say 20 grand.
He's making 20 grand a year.
20 grand a year, let's say. You're 25 years old. You did all that work. You were best in your team in high school. You great college career, whatever. You had an amazing background. And then that's what you're worth. How could you possibly keep that dream alive? And you're playing in Amarillo, and they're like, hey, keep it up, and then you'll make the MLB. You can make the MLB, and they always do this. They'll tease you and throw you up in September. Oh, cool, you made the MLB. Okay, you're back down next year. Do it all over again.
Yeah,
that's literally the definition of insanity.
Yeah, it is. It is very, very taxing, and I hope that the new rework for the minor league systems will change some of those things for a lot of these players going forward. The mistreatment.
They need to do a
and,
revenue sharing type.
I think
thing.
That's what I was going to say. Like some sort of revenue sharing amongst all of the teams or players or leagues, whatever it is, would have to happen, because you can't have players paying for their own flights going forward, or driving themselves across the country when the bus breaks down, or living literally like in shantytown apartments where like I read one story where the dude's like roof was leaking, and he's like, I don't have any money to pay for this.
Yeah, that's outrageous. Seeing that right there, that's a prime example of how I just can't believe it. Like how poorly they're paid, where they can't even fix a necessity, or the team can't swoop in and say, "Okay, we're gonna get this fixed." Like, and that's the thing too. I think it's a cultural issue with the MLB, because historically they've just kind of like treated the minors like dirt, and like you said, like semi-pros. Yeah. Like, well, whatever. You're just the farm guys. We'll care about you when we need you. Look at the NBA. The NBA is the D League. Those guys
I love the D League too.
Right, and because the dream is right there. And to me, that's perfect. You have one league.
What is it called? The G League now?
Yeah, the G League. Sorry, the Gatorade
League.
But so they have the G League, and to me, that it works so well because those guys are right there. They're always right by the big club. Mm-hmm. They can play tomorrow night, so that option's always on the table.
Right.
I get it. It's a different sport. There's certain things that they can't do. But to me, modeling it, and those guys don't make any money either. I understand that. But I just think the MLB really needs to change the culture of, you're just minor leaguers. Also, we got into this in the episode last year, but I'll say it again. The whole theme night thing, the whole family atmosphere.
Yeah.
We need to treat this like it's a serious deal, because like these are serious things.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you can still have fun at the games
sure.
too. It's not like you have to eliminate, it's got to be like playoff
but
atmosphere.
This is how, in baseball especially, that's how teams win World Series.
Yeah.
The teams with the best minor league system, the Dodgers, I know they just got Mookie Betts for the big contract and all that, but look at their pitching. Dustin May, Cody Bellinger, Jock Peterson, Julio Urias, sorry for his name, Will Smith, not the one you're thinking of. Will Smith.
Fresh Prince?
The white Fresh Prince.
Oh, man.
But like all those guys, where do they come from? They're minor league, they're farm system. They came from Oklahoma City. They came from Tulsa. They came from Rancho Cucamonga.
I mean, we've seen, I think there's it's a good idea to have like the not youth teams, but like the B or the C League teams, and just have it all under one cohesive structure. I mean,
and my point is, these are the guys who are building your brand.
Yeah, treat the guys who win you the championships,
Kershaw,
who are the future of your organization. Yeah, treat them well.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just think it's such a slap in the face, where it's like baseball. You see them, I think, more than any other sport, where these guys will stick it out with the same organization, like that example.
Right.
Then they'll get their time and they perform it. Then it's like, okay, now we're going to basically exploit you and use you for like our brand and building our brand. Right. And like I said, I get it. That's how sports works. I understand that. But to treat a guy like he's nothing, and then he makes a big club, and then it's like, ooh, now you're your star. No. That should, and it's great marketing. If you start building these guys' brand, look at basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball does this. They will start building these guys' brand in high school. Zion. You knew who Zion was 3-4 years ago when he was in high school. They start doing that. Baseball, you don't really see that.
That's because the MLB doesn't really know how to do marketing very well, and it doesn't know how to like build the brand of its own business very well. And I would love to see like a minimum salary requirement for all minor league players. So let's just say under the new minor league system, there's just Cardinals minor league, and that's it.
And do like 40 grand. So
like 35,
30, something livable. It doesn't have to be.
It could be 25, 30 grand, or provide like housing for them. Like, okay, we'll offset the no pay with free housing for you. We'll pay for your apartment,
and that's what the ECHL
does.
Meals. Yeah, the ECHL, they don't pay them anything. But like they'll at least they give them internet, they give them more than what they need,
The
so they're like, I don't need to make them
afford this as well. It's not like they're hurting for money or anything too. And
how about Rob Manfred takes a pay cut?
Yeah,
I never understood these commissioners. I know everyone brings up Roger Goodell with this issue, but these commissioners, man, I get it. They're literally leading the league, but come on, like, not trying to get all Bernie Sanders on you, but like, let's
share the wealth.
Yeah, let's share it
share
a little bit, man. Like, you got guys starving down in the minors, and like I said, literally your future, literally the brand of the freaking sport, and you're gonna treat them like dirt and like they don't count.
Right.
But then you have the commissioner making all his money. It doesn't add up.
I think it's concerning that they're cutting the 40 teams from the cities then as well, because you want to grow the game at a grassroots level, and so not for 40 cities not having any baseball at all, whether it was the piddliest little George Costanza Knights or the 90s Knights or the team who never won a game but they still had baseball in the city. It was good. It was good for the growth of the game itself.
I go to Frisco Rough Riders games a lot, back when they played, and man, people don't care. They don't know the score.
No, but I mean,
people just like being in the atmosphere.
Yeah, like maybe you get one kid to look at the game and be like, "Cool, I want to play baseball,"
and you get to interact with the players. And I think that is something too they need to market more.
Yeah,
the accessibility with the players is incredible. I think that's so cool, especially with. I've always had my qualms with Major League sports because I know it used to be better. In the 70s and 80s, like my parents would tell me stories how they'd go to games and see the guys in the parking lot walking to their cars. Major league athletes.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, you will never see that now.
Could you? Yeah, exactly. And I know there's reasons like there's freaks out there now and whatever.
Times have changed, Aaron.
Seriously, but like that, I think is so cool about the minor leagues. That's how we got Gregor on the pod. Like, yeah, because he's accessible. Because it wasn't like, ooh, don't talk to him, he's a big athlete. Minor leagues, it's kind of that nostalgia. Hey, you can talk to these guys. You can.
There's more interaction and communication, and I feel like the MLB doesn't really do a good job of promoting itself as like an accessible league, and I think they should take a page out of the NBA's playbook and really. They're very conservative, the MLB.
Yeah, it's traditional because they got a lot of old traditional fans.
But you can still have it a progressive area of just saying, let the players do what they want. The NBA is so good at, I don't know, there's like the culture of the league itself with like accessibility to the players and maybe not with the whole like social justice activism recently, but like, before like it was just that whole culture of like, I think being involved in the NBA was like, even though the sport isn't that fun to watch, it's still like really enjoyable to be in that environment and that I guess community of people.
Well, and I think too they need. So Clint Frazier is a good example that I think of. The MLB was so weird with him because if you don't know who he is, he's the redheaded guy on the Yankees. He has a huge like carrot top haircut, and they made him cut his hair. He tried to wear
your hair.
My favorite part about him, he tried to wear number 7 on the Yankees. That's Mickey Mantle's number.
Nobody wears number 7.
He literally asked if he could have that, and if they would be okay if they unretired his number so they could let him wear it.
Okay, that's like, a bit. But
like, man, that I love the confidence. I mean, that's some swag.
That is some swag. Yeah.
I just think when that guy's in the minors, the minor leagues, and the MLB for that matter. They need to promote these guys and embrace that. Like, you have these... I look at the... And I know we're getting more into, like, the promotional aspect side of it, but I think it's a part of it. You look at the NBA when it rose to huge prominence in the 90s, 80s, 90s. Look at the personalities. Dennis Rodman.
Yeah. Michael Jordan.
Magic
Shaq,
Johnson.
Kobe.
Shaq. Yeah, you had all these guys who are like, they just let them be them and whatever, man. And, like, I think the MLB, they've tried, because they were like, well, we don't want to make the old guys mad. No, they get so mad at Bryce Harper and his antics, whatever that means. The guy, big deal. He wears, like, flashy cleats and does a bat flip. Or just things like
cool.
That. They need to let guys.
Yeah, they need, like, an ambassador of the brand and let the players be that ambassador.
These are young guys, too. Like, think about that, too. Especially in the minors. These are 18-year-old kids. Like, these are very young athletes, younger than a lot of the other major league and minor leagues. Let them be young kids. Mm-hmm. Let it be fun. And that way, too, I think that is a solution where instead of doing your Seinfeld night and your 80s night, like played out, stupid junk, how about you let the players market it and let the players be the 90s, 80s, 90s? Look at the NBA. They get so mad at Bryce Harper and his antics, whatever that means. The guy, big deal. He wears, like, flashy cleats and does a bat flip. Or just things like that. They need to let guys.
That's cool.
the lighter, the goofier, the personality side. Because to me, they can learn how to be serious about the game because they're competitors. That's not going to distract them, but still be fun and keep it accessible to the fans, give them a personality, and then the fans will know who they are in the minors, and they can become stars in the minors.
Yeah, I
Instead
agree.
of distracting them with, here, you're going to wear a SpongeBob jersey tonight, and we're going to do these dumb... it drives me nuts when I'm at especially baseball. Every single... between innings, they do some goofy thing. Come on, like these guys are in the
race
middle
around the bases.
Yeah, like these guys are in the middle of a
course.
professional game and they want to win. Like, let's stop that.
Well, let's hope that the new minor league system under the MLB could be conducive to such changes and pay your damn players too.
Yeah, man, show
sake.
me the money.
Show me the money and pay your damn players. At least like $25,000 a year.
It just baffles me how. I'm amazed more guys don't quit. I guess they love baseball a lot, but like, it just amazes me how they can be used where it's like, hey, we're going to pay you nothing and keep you on this string and you might make it. But then once you make it, it's like, ooh, you're going to promote our league.
Prove yourself all over again. And yeah, that's frustrating.
Well, and they're just going to use them though to like really promote the league itself. They love, Mike Trout can promote the sport. And it's like, okay, well, you didn't pay him like that back in the day. Like,
that's true.
It's just, yeah.
Lots of hot topics and great opinions.
This is the one time I'll agree with Bernie Sanders on something when it comes to minor league baseball.
Share the wealth. But if you like what we talked about in this episode, we want to continue the conversation afterwards. Hit us up on Twitter, on YouTube, and every social media to let us know what your thoughts as well. Do minor league players deserve to be paid more? Should they at least get a minimum wage? And why does it seem like baseball's popularity is declining?
If you say no, you're a terrible person.
You're a bad sports fan. Share your thoughts with us on our social handles as well, and keep up to date with us for all the best coverage for everything related to sports, music, movies, and more. Check out our Twitter at Weekendology Pod. Check out our sports handle where this episode will be posted at WKNDOLOGY Sports. Or Weekendology Sports, and our entertainment at Weekendology ENT. You can also check out us up on YouTube, on Facebook. We've got a brand new showcasing on Amazon Music as well. So go over there, hit like, subscribe, whatever Amazon is. You guys know what to do. Check out our last episode as well, where we talk about sustainable food options and the future of agriculture and purchasing food.
And we talk about Zac Efron.
Talk about Zac Efron, the man that I would love to have a beer with one day.
Yeah,
hopefully.
he's on my list.
He's pretty cool.
We'll get him on the pod.
We'll get him on the pod, yeah.
Well,
but going organic might not be the best thing to do, so go check out that episode.
We'll have him on the pod, and we'll drink some organic, sustainable beer.
Yes. And we'll also talk about the first part of this episode, where we have a conversation with the one and only Gregor Hansen. Trials and Tribulations of Minor League Sports. Go check that one out. That's episode 7 of Weekendology, and those are 2 fantastic episodes. And
they were. That was a fun one.
Those are great, really fun episodes.
I was happy because I always wanted an athlete on the show, and it's funny when we started this, I always thought we could get like a major league athlete, someone big.
I mean, we still can.
We still can,
it's
but
possible.
I thought we were going to do it right away. So, that was the next best thing. I was happy with it. It was fun.
Hey, he's a pro in your book, Aaron.
Pro in my book. Hey, he was fun to watch, man.
I'm sure he was pretty good.
I mess with him a lot, but formerly the number 2 player in all of Sweden. But
there you go.
No, I will say, and that's another reason why I get so passionate about minor league sports, because man, he's got some good highlights, and he's got some good fighting highlights too for a little guy. Go check that out if you guys are bored.
Hit up YouTube.
Gregor Hansen fights.
Yeah,
he's got some
go be sure to check out the Big Red World as well. They're up on Twitter at Big Red Social, and their website is bigredworld.org.
Get us on 6 Drunk 1 Sober.
Yes, yeah. Colin Kessler's listening. Go have us up on any of your podcasts. We'll be more than happy to.
The boss?
Do a cross collab here. Yeah,
the boss is listening.
The boss. Where are you, boss? Let's see what else. So. Appreciate everybody joining for us. Episode 50, a big milestone. We really can't thank everybody enough. Like when we started this podcast, I was like, well, we might go, 10 episodes or something, and see how it goes.
It goes fast.
It does go fast, but we I don't know. It's something that I truly enjoy doing, and it's a lot of fun to come up with some cool topics and see what we want to see changed every week. So invent, yes. So go check out all of our previous episodes on Apple. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, YouTube, Amazon, everywhere else you listen to podcasts. We've got new episodes every Friday. So thanks everybody for tuning in this week. Till next time, enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you guys then.